Hey, how long has your family lived where you're at today? 10 years, 20 years, maybe 30? Well, try 300. This Boston farm has been in the same family's hands since the land was granted to them by the King of England, pre-United States. Now, to be able to do that, they've had to change with the times. Tucked in a thicket of woods, these kids seem miles away from the crowded streets of Boston.
Okay, so we should walk out and...
A summertime scavenger hunt. You know, you've got the kids out here, they're under the trees. It doesn't really feel like we're in the heart of Boston, does it?
It doesn't, not at all. And so the kids have a chance to just sort of run and play and create whatever they want to create. We catch frogs, we catch turtles, we catch toads. They catch butterflies. Sometimes they don't catch butterflies, but they chase butterflies.
The best learning experiences don't always happen in the classroom. And for 6 weeks each summer, some of the best learning is happening at Allandale Farm in Boston.
10 months out of the year, they're in the classroom. There's some very specific things that teachers have to teach that we have to get through to prepare for standardized testing and those kind of things, and you have to get the kids ready and those kind. And then you get here in the summer, and it's the complete opposite. It's what do you want to do? What do you think we should do today? We're out on a farm, it's over 100 acres. Should we get butterfly nets? Should we get bug catchers? Kids are building fairy houses, they're building forts, they're finding...
I found 3 more balls.
3 more balls.
They're finding
finding seeds and turning those into balls for creatures to play with. They're building forts here, so we've got a couple of forts that the kids built.
Allandale Farm is situated on just over 100 acres of historic land that's been in the same Boston family for generations. The children's camp fits into the family's mission of preserving this ground for future generations. John Lee is not a family member, but he's managed the farm for 30 years.
They believe that they've owned this land for so long that it's their responsibility to pass it on as it was in previous generations that passed it on to them, and to keep them involved in it. It's an heirloom. They see it as a valuable asset and a social responsibility to preserve the farm. It's a typical Yankee hardscrabble farm, a lot of small fields, and wherever we don't have bedrock or really wet soils, we can plant. So we have a little field here, a little field there, and we grow anything we think we can sell and a few things we're not sure about.
With high land prices, developing this property would be the easy way to make it profitable. Preserving it as a farm and staying profitable is harder. Bad weather can turn a successful year into a bust overnight, so it requires trying new things, like the summer school program. A community-supported agriculture program is also part of the farm's financial picture. Instead of being at the mercy of the ups and downs of sales in the farm's roadside store, Allandale gets upfront payments from CSA members for weekly boxes of produce.
They come and they pay a set price, they get a great deal on it. And over the course of the summer, we host a number of events with them that gets them out on the farm. So I can grow a fair amount of odd things and put them in the box that I could never sell in my retail, because people look at things and go like, ooh, my wife won't, or my husband or my kids won't eat that. But if you give them a recipe and you stick it in the box, and they go, wow, I never heard of that. And they'll try it out, and sometimes they're metza about it, but you know, usually the things we've grown people generally like.
The farm's history has made it a fixture in this community. Situated along a busy road on the border between Boston and Brookline, the retail store does a robust business, selling fresh produce, greenhouse plants, and locally made products. And the owners believe they have a responsibility to their neighbors.
We're really the only place that they can go right within probably 15 to 20 miles of here, where they can get produce that they know is picked fresh that day. And it's clean, it's grown using organic methods, and that's important to most of our customers. By being a grower on the land here, it creates an identity for our customers. And many of our customers have come to feel very dedicated or loyal to this land. They appreciate that this is what we do here, that we've held on to it all these years and won't develop it.
And after 13 years of summer camps, a growing generation of kids from the area has a better understanding of where their food comes from.
Come on in, guys.
After we go through and take all the potatoes out that we want, they'll go through with their trowels and shovels, and they'll go dig potatoes and take them home. And say, look what I got. I got some potatoes from the farm. We dug them. And it's a lasting impression. They'll remember that forever.
These kids will also talk about living in Boston and having played on a farm while they were growing up, and having caught frogs and caught toads, and having grown things and composted and built forts. And I bet a bunch of people would say, you know, are you sure you're talking about Boston? That's not the Boston people know.